Fundamental game design principles are the foundational concepts and guidelines that game developers follow to create engaging and enjoyable gaming experiences. These principles help shape the mechanics, interactions, and overall design of a game. For new game developers, understanding and applying these principles is essential in crafting successful and compelling games. Let's delve into the core principles. Player-centric design. Put the player at the center of your design process. Understand their motivations, preferences, and playstyles to create an experience that resonates with them. Consider the target audience's interests and cater the game mechanics and aesthetics accordingly. Clear objectives and goals. Define clear objectives and goals for players to pursue throughout the game. Goals give players a sense of direction and purpose, driving them to engage further with the game's challenges. Balance and fairness. Strive for balance and fairness in your game mechanics. Avoid creating situations where certain strategies or characters dominate the gameplay, leading to frustration for other players. A balanced game ensures a level playing field for everyone. Reward system. Implement a rewarding system that acknowledges players' achievements and progress. Rewards can be in the form of in-game items, points, or unlockable content, motivating players to keep playing and exploring. Learning curve and difficulty. Design a gradual learning curve that introduces game mechanics and challenges step by step. Gradually increase the difficulty as players progress, allowing them to master the skills needed to overcome challenges. Feedback and communication. Provide clear and immediate feedback to players on their actions and decisions. Visual and auditory cues can enhance the player experience and help them understand the consequences of their choices. Engaging narrative and storytelling. Create a compelling narrative that immerses players in the game world and gives context to their actions. A well-crafted story can emotionally connect players to the game and keep them invested in the experience. Interactivity and agency. Promote player agency by offering meaningful choices and consequences. Allow players to shape the game world through their decisions, providing a sense of control and ownership. Feedback and communication. Provide clear and immediate feedback to players on their actions and decisions. Visual and auditory cues can enhance the player experience and help them understand the consequences of their choices. Engaging narrative and storytelling. Create a compelling narrative that immerses players in the game world and gives context to their actions. A well-crafted story can emotionally connect players to the game and keep them invested in the experience. Interactivity and agency. Promote player agency by offering meaningful choices and consequences. Allow players to shape the game world through their decisions, providing a sense of control and ownership. Flow and pacing. Maintain a smooth flow and pacing throughout the game. Avoid long periods of inactivity or overly intense challenges, as they can disrupt the player's engagement and enjoyment. Accessibility and inclusivity. Design your game with accessibility in mind, ensuring that players of different abilities can enjoy the experience. Consider factors like colorblind options, customizable controls, and text size to make the game accessible to a broader audience. Iteration and playtesting. Continuously iterate and playtest your game during the development process. Feedback from players can identify areas for improvement, leading to a more polished and refined final product. Aesthetics and user experience. Create a visually appealing and user-friendly interface. Aesthetics play a crucial role in attracting players and enhancing their overall experience. By understanding and applying these core game design principles, new game developers can lay a strong foundation for their projects, leading to the creation of engaging, immersive, and memorable games. Remember, game development is a creative process, so feel free to experiment and explore, and most importantly, have fun. One more thing of note, the topics and information provided in this course are not always focused on card and board games, but often are more applicable to video games. As this is the introductory course, we don't want to limit your creativity due to knowledge you may or might not have in any particular software applications. This foundational course provides you the tools you need to make compelling and engaging game experiences, and will be information you will reuse and find helpful in your future courses and career-making games. And finally, occasionally we have a student that is not interested in paper-based games. And if you are that student, it is important to understand that paper-based games like card games, board games, pen and paper games and others can be used as a type of physical prototype. You can test almost all video game mechanics and gameplay elements in a paper form, and doing so is often cheaper, faster, and easier than creating a software prototype. So remember, as we move from physical games into video games in the advanced courses, try and remember how valuable physical prototypes can be.